agenda item. Hello, everybody. Today is February 19th. It's Thursday. It's 14:30 UTC. It's time for Open Spaces with Gimbalabs Network. My name is Newman, and I'm here with so many other beautiful people, including my co-host Harsha. I see Jess and Nori and Roberto and Shaggy, not to mention Ahmed, Aomi, Emmanuel, various note takers from all over the globe. Why are we here? We come to stay connected. We share updates, we explore stuff, and we do this thing called consent-based governance. By doing this, we keep aligned with each other and with the greater context that is happening all around our networks and in the world. And what do we align with? We align with a statement or a purpose that we came up with, well, I guess over a year now, but I like to read it at the beginning, and it is to provide open, replicable, and safe spaces for people everywhere to learn, to explore, and to empower one another to solve meaningful problems. Um, and there are problems out there, and there are solutions. Yeah. Um, One thing, something that I normally do. I'm thinking of Nori actually. Uh, when we start meetings, we used to start meetings and we would look at the phase of the moon. Do you guys follow the phase of the moon? Right now, we have a new moon. And this time of year is kind of interesting because it's the Lunar New Year. And that starts at a new moon. And our new moon is in Pisces. And it's sort of a time, if you want to follow along, it's a time for new creations and for sort of the receptive and listening for the softer and subtle things that are around. And here in Gimbal Labs, we listen for opportunities, for problems and solutions, things that we can create. And so I invite you to do that and follow along with the moon as we go across um, through the arrow of time. Okay, with that being said, Harsha, do you feel like we've introduced it enough? Are we ready to go on to announcements?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So we've all checked in and said hello, but are there any special announcements like events going on? Things that you want to mention? Uh, I've got a couple of things, but if anybody has announcements.
Well, I guess you mentioned it at the beginning, but last year we did a small pilot of the Andamio Pioneers program, uh, and we went into pretty intensive build mode over the past, well, since the start of this year. But with the launch of Andamio on mainnet, we really want to get feedback from developers and users on what the experience is and just help us build Andamio. We're trying to build Andamio uh, publicly in the open. Like Nori mentioned, this concept of open ventures. The idea is just like Gimbal Labs, we want to provide a space where people can see us build and contribute to what we're building. So yeah, next Tuesday, 24th, after at what is this UTC? It's let's see,
Right,
14:30.
yeah, right now it's like 14:48 UTC.
What's 14:30 EST in UTC? Is it +5?
Oh, e
I
ooh,
think it's plus
yeah,
five.
It is +5, I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
So it's going to be a
Plus
little bit
five.
later.
So
What
it's
is it?
19:30 UTC this next Tuesday, the
Okay,
24th. But in any case, keep an eye out on our Discord channel. We'll be definitely making an announcement closer to the date. In fact, James already made sort of a preliminary announcement, so you can go and check that out too. And we'll hope to see you there. I think
perfect,
there's some
perfect.
questions.
And Robert, did you say 24th? What was the day you said?
Next Tuesday is the 24th. Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right, 224.
Yeah, I just had to ask that because our tweet generator captures all of that and puts it as tweets. So, you know.
We're see, that's how it works. Nice. Good call. All right. Anybody else? I see Lewis has got a hand up.
Yeah. You mentioned events. There's another summit happening in Kenya. It's called the Kenya Blockchain and Crypto Conference. Let me share the link.
Yeah.
Hold on. 1 second. It's happening on the 14th and the 15th of May, right? I've been here. I went to the conference that happened in 2024. Yeah, maybe that could also be another great opportunity because these guys have a lot of people coming in, right? And I know a lot of these guys, as well as the organizers. So
Nice.
let me share that. Yeah, there we go. So I've shared it in chat. You can check out the link, right? These guys
Oh,
are
okay.
dealing with blockchain and crypto payments, and I believe Andamio would be a great, it would be something great to feature there. Anyway, yeah.
That sounds awesome. Okay. Thanks so much. And we got a good amount of time, so that that could be something to get ready for. Shaggy, Sam.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, cool. I'm finding the link right now. I have something completely unrelated to blockchain today. On the
All right.
22nd, so between now and our next wonderful open spaces, Solidity Records has a new release coming out. This is actually the first one of ours facilitated through Canada. That's not the right link. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is kind
Oh,
of
this is I. What's that?
So this is kind of a big jump forward for us. It'll be our first
Okay.
time breaking into the Canadian market, our first EDM track. And this will be on all platforms. So I encourage everybody, man, go give it a save, check it out if you're interested. That's all I had for you, Newman. I appreciate you, brother.
That's no, man, I love it. That's great. That is we definitely look for that. And that is something that look, as a network, these are the things that we can help, even if it's, even if it's just looking and retweeting or doing reviews, like that is network effect. So thank you for bringing that. That's pretty cool. And let me get this link in here. Let me see if I can share it. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, I love it. Distrokid.com. Okay, perfect. All right, all right. Oh, and just while I'm thinking about it off the top of my head, let's connect about the music on the end of the year presentation. And
Fine
the
by me, Newman.
cue sheet thing. But we'll make a connect. I definitely want to keep following up on it, not let that fall off. All right. Any other announcements?
Wait, do I speak? Do I do the report today, or do I hold it until next week?
Let's,
Until
you know
maybe
what? Let's do it next
until
week. Next week will be our big monthly review of all the projects that are going on, and you can
okay.
close it out. You can close it out then.
All right,
Since we're
so
since we're pretty close. Yeah.
yeah,
I
okay.
love to hear the whole thing. All right.
Because it's not fully ready yet. I need to chase down these guys who took down my contact,
Oh, beautiful.
man.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, all right. Is anybody Ayomi? I definitely want to shout out your space today that we're going to be hosting and invite everybody from the Gimbalabs through network to drop in on X in maybe 4 or 5 hours in later on. Ayomi, do you have that link for your X space, or do you want to come off mute and give us a little bite?
Yes.
No.
Hi everyone once again. Yeah, so I'll be hosting a space today and I invited Gimbalabs as the guest. So the space is happening by 8 p.m. UTC. And we'd love to have you guys here. And we'd love to have you guys there. And I will drop the space link now so you can set your reminder.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I don't hang out too much in X, but I'm curious as to what we can jump into. And while she's doing that, we can look at the agenda now that we've done the announcements. Let's talk about let's do some DREP wider governance, taking a wider scope look out there because Abiodun and Harsha have proposals in the sort of DREP wider governance space. So this is our platform for governance here, and you know what? Actually, I want to be over here. This guy, and because I can connect a wallet and all that whatnot, but you know this is here. This is the latest, or this is one of several tools that are sort of being constructed. This one is from the Mesh group, and it's really nice. There's a few things that are really nice about it. One thing you can, you know, it's just a governance, not just a governance dashboard, but it's a governance dashboard that allows for some pretty interesting stuff. For instance, you can look at just the active proposals. And this is the net change limit proposal for these epochs, 613 to 713, 100 epochs. You can see where the reps are voting for it. The SBOs and the CC are the Constitutional Committee. It has a Harsha and I looked through this, and we can't tell exactly how this is created. And I would definitely want to time box this because we don't want to spend too much time.
Are they asking, what is this about? Are they asking for more money? What's the net change limit?
So the net change limit is basically, from what I understand, is that how much you can change or change the treasury or take from the treasury at any given time. I think that's what it is. Like, what is the net change limit is a great question.
I think it's the maximum amount that could be withdrawn from the treasury in a year, like to propose the budget.
Isn't that already 300 million ADA? Isn't that the current Intersect budget?
Yeah. So what is the net change limit, and what is the current net change limit? Like, is this a change? Like, did it go from 250 to? Is this coming up or coming down? A lot of questions to be answered here. But you know, okay, so check this out. So here's the voting. So the DREPs have this little guy, which I think is saying there's roughly the same amount of ADA voting yes as no. A and C, always no confidence. What does that mean? And not voted. More voted, not voted. Okay. The Constitutional Committee has not voted in on it. Like, is this constitutional? So it's still pretty early. So we have 19 days left in this info action. So, okay. Now this would be interesting. Maybe we can look at, so Emergo, a DREP in a network that we know, They created a rationale. So let's see this. Okay,
And
Amerigo as a DREP.
I
Yeah.
I actually noticed that the Gimbalabs DREP has been inactive, um, which would actually like limit the delegators to not claim their rewards, taking rewards. And I think maybe Gimbalabs might actually lose some delegators right from that, like through that. And I wonder, I think James is the one handling the Gimbalabs, um,
So
right?
about that, Emmanuel, like Gimbalabs DREP is inactive because Gimbalabs community is inactive in governance. So it is
Yeah.
not dependent on James
Yeah,
alone.
yeah,
So yeah.
But
yeah.
now what do you? Let's. So what happens now? Like because we haven't voted in a while, like there's some inactive status or what's going on?
Like our DREP status is actually inactive.
Oh, we switched to inactive.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think it's
Oh,
been like that for a while, right? Like it's been like that for a while, and um,
let's see. Gov tools, right? Let's see. Let's see. Here, Gimbal Lounge. Well, that's new.
I think you'll have
Maybe
to type
we.
in
you
Gimbalabs,
have
the
to
whole
start
thing.
typing Gimbalabs.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Okay. So it's not maybe let's go to a let's see Explorer and let's go
Actually, you
to
can directly go to it from our DREP platform because we have the link.
ah
Remember?
okay, yeah. Is that gonna work? Nope.
At
Can't
the
see it.
bottom. Yeah.
Yeah,
Delegate to
there we go.
Gimbalabs DREP at the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, that's the stake pool. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
uh,
state. Oh, oh, this one.
I got it. I
Yes.
got it. Here it is. See open in direct. Oh, maybe not. Hold on.
I think it's been filtered with the active DREP on the Gov too. Maybe
Yeah.
that's, but on the like Eternal right now, if you to check your Eternal wallet, I think that's like one of the straightforward place you'll be able to see the active and inactive. Like, I think it's been like that for a while. And what do you guys think about it?
Oh, that's a juicy thing. Uh yeah. We're trying. Well, this gets us right into the next thing because
Yep.
we
Yep.
want, like so let's so I think the 2 minutes of DREP focus put us in the right frame. Let's talk about in our agenda, the next thing we do is call for proposals. I know that I'll share the screen again just because it helps us. Um, I know that Abiodun has a really nice proposal, and I know that Harsha has a proposal, both on sort of DREP stuff. Um, they're they're up here, DREP proposals. So let's set the timers and let's talk about these two proposals. Who wants to go first? Um, maybe Abiodun, if you're ready, or Harsha, if you're ready.
I'm okay either way. Abiran, do you want to go first, and then I can go up to you?
And we'll
Oh, is
you know.
Abiran not here? I think he's not here.
Oh man. Okay. Well, but if he comes back, we'll see. We'll do. Um, it would be great to have it because of the sort of similarities in the
Yeah,
proposals.
yeah, that's what I thought as well. Yeah.
But that's okay. I can. I wonder. Did he put anything in the chat? He might have just. No, I don't see anything. Okay. 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 So Harsha, let's see what you got.
All right.
And
Can
how
I
and
quickly
how
share
long?
my screen?
Yeah, of course. And how much time do you need to present? You want to do 5 or 10 minutes, and then a couple minutes for?
Give me 5 minutes, and maybe we can
Okay.
extend to 10, depending on how much
Okay.
time it takes. 1 second.
All right. I'll set the timer.
All right, there you go. So the idea behind this proposal is to build a culture of governance in Gimbalabs. Um, and the key issues I personally have noticed is not technological issues, is not, for me personally, maybe I could be wrong, but it wasn't about like summarizing proposals or whatever. It was just me not caring enough about Cardano governance. Or at least that's what I thought it was like. And I don't care because culturally I'm not there yet. Like it's not like inculcated in me as a culture to care about Cardano governance. And this proposal is about trying to see if we can change it, if we can make governance a practice in our governance space, and eventually it becoming a part of our culture. So the current situation is this: low participation in Cardano governance by the Gimbalabs community. And how do we know that? We know that because we have built this DREP platform, and we are looking at how many people participate in it. So it's been very low. So that's why I think the Gimbalabs community doesn't participate too much, but I could be wrong. Like, you guys can correct me if that is the case. And the effect of that is that Gimbalabs forever will be like this third party neutral observer in Cardano governance, even though we do so much for the Cardano ecosystem. I think we need to put our stamp on like the Cardano governance because we are a key player in the ecosystem, in my opinion. And lastly, the core assumption I want to make for this proposal is that governance starts as a practice and it eventually becomes a part of the culture. Um, so the proposal is this. So for every open space for the next, and by the way, this is a testing phase. So this is not like 100% guarantee. We'll be testing this for 8 governance open spaces. We'll be taking 10 to 15 minute segments. So we'll be taking a time slot of 10 to 15 minutes in the next 8, if this proposal passes, in the next 8 Gimbalabs open spaces. There will be volunteers. Initially, it could be me and Newman, and we will be summarizing a proposal. And the problem is not summary. I can always put it in an AI and get a summary. But the point is to host a discussion. The point is to facilitate a small discussion about it. And it doesn't have to be like in depth. It's just like getting people's opinions, summarizing, clarifying like technical things and stuff like that. But a 10 to 15 minute segment for the next 8 sessions to just discuss about one proposal at a time. That's it. In each open space, we'll be discussing one proposal, and it can be any proposal that the facilitator chooses. And the intended outcomes of this is Cardano governance becomes a part of our culture. Gimbalabs community gets to participate, gets to practice hosting, which is something that we would love to do eventually when Newman decides to take a break. Who's going to come forward and host from the Gimbalabs community? So we want to get the next cohort prepared for that as well.
Yeah.
And it encourages the community to participate in voting through the Gimbalabs portal. So we have built a portal and all of that. We are going to take some money from the Gimbalabs treasury, but we want to we want to provide enough value before we even like withdraw that money. Is it providing enough value to the Gimbal Labs community? The impacts and benefits of this proposal, I think, are Gimbal Labs becomes like an active voice in Cardano governance. Gimbal Labs DREP becomes can be automated and community driven. So right now, uh, to completely automate Gimbal Labs governance, DREP governance, that is, it is only a matter of creating a bot that can push forward a transaction. That's all we need. But for that bot to truly bring meaning to the community, we need Gimbal Labs community members to participate in the governance through our DREP portal. And then this bot becomes meaningful. Otherwise, it's just like going to be like its opinions will be based on like 1 or 2 votes. which I think is slightly wasteful. That's my opinion. And Gimbalabs becomes like a respected voice in the governance circles, which I think is pending still, and I'd really want that to happen eventually. And the evaluation criteria for this is each week we have one or more community members coming forward to host if there are enough people coming forward to host like the governance slot, the 10-minute governance slot, I think it be considered a success. And if we get more votes on the DREP community platform, I think this will be a success. This is for the evaluation criteria. And we'll be testing it out for 8 Gimbalabs governance sessions, so
All
around 2
right.
months.
Look at that. Oh
Give me
man.
2 more minutes. I'll be done almost.
2 more. All right, here we go.
Okay. Okay. And the compensation for hosting this 10 to 15-minute space is 25 ADA. This is just a thank you. This is not like a big reward or anything. It's just a thank you for hosting like the 10 minutes. And the responsibilities for the first month, Newman and I will be hosting 2 sessions each. And after that, we'll be opening up 1 month for anyone that's interested. And the budget for this whole proposal is 200 ADA. So once the testing phase is done, we can decide whether we want to continue with this practice or not. Okay, that's my proposal. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. That's brilliant. Hey, I'm looking for the clap emoji. All right. So now we are going to do a little bit of our habit, which is a consent round, uh, or the governance process. I'd love to bring up uh, the map of it, but I can talk us through. Basically, you've just heard. Oh, and Harsha, maybe you could share the link to this in the Discord or
Sure.
the in the Notion. You've
Yes,
just
yes.
heard a presentation on a proposal, and you probably had some ideas. Maybe you wrote them down. Maybe you've got like a strong feeling, like either positive or negative. Negative being something that's like, oh, this may not work because of this, or you're like, oh, man, that's going to work because of this. Those are that's a response. And so what we're trying to do now is go through each of us here and try to bring those responses forward. And they can just be in the first, we want to think about like clarifying questions is what the term is. Is like, do you understand what the proposal is about? So that's the first thing. So we'll go through each of us here and just quickly say, oh, I have a question, or I don't, or you have uh, a reaction. And the reactions are generally what we call a an objection, like or a oh geez, help me out. And Nori, feel free to jump in. I need to review everything before I get in. We haven't done a consent round in a minute. But what we're looking for is I guess it's concern or objection. Objection is like, it's not going to work, and this is my very concrete reason why. A concern is it's like, well, I've got kind of a weird feeling that it, might not be a thing. And we're looking for safety. And safety means in this context, is it going to like crash the boat? Immediately, my thought is 200 ADA is not a real it's not a real concern. It's a pretty small budget, but it does require time. So the time commitment, 10 to 15 minutes out of a 90-minute session is considerable. So, all right. So I've introduced the rounds. And if Nori wants to, I know it's early morning there where he is, so he may just be listening in, but that's fine. So let's go through a round and get some input. And we will start up this round. Abiodun and then Jethro. And you can
So Newman, I have a small suggestion. So what
Yeah.
if initially we start off with like a
Oh,
clarification round, and it is
yes.
not a round, by the way. Not everyone
Yeah,
has
it's
to
just a
go through it.
pop-up.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
lift your hand for clarifications, and then we'll do a round. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Emmanuel's hand is up.
Okay, Emmanuel, you have a question, and then Roberto.
Yeah, actually, the problem I stated initially was actually directly relating to this, and I had no idea Asha was bringing something like this up. So yeah, I think it's really, really great because the purpose of us coming to this place about Gimbalabs Open Spaces governance should also be transitioning to the wider Cardano community. And also, so now here comes the outcome of what we are doing here. And the final outcome of this needs to be definite and like subjective, not just saying, oh yeah, we just want to come to a like discussion of you know, discussion of the governance proposal. Like how what are the criteria of the conclusion on a particular governance action? How like the judgment of the voting of Gimbalabs either yes or no or
Ye-
abstain.
yes.
How are we coming up with this conclusion of saying, okay, Gimbalabs, we actually coming up with a one voice as Gimbalabs community voting no to this. We are coming up, yes, and all of this. Yeah, should there be like a metrics of like majority carry the votes or yeah.
Yeah, I can answer that right now. So currently, the way we are thinking is the majority, like it'll be like a simple majority, nothing complicated. Um, but the key takeaways from this specific proposal are that is one or more people coming forward to do the 10 to 15-minute presentation. That is one criteria. The other criteria is are more people voting using the DREP community platform, which becomes our proxy voice for the AI agent to go and vote on behalf of Gimbalabs. So those are the two things. I think. Does that answer your question, Emmanuel?
But at the end of the like at the end of the at the end of the discussion,
Mm-hmm.
is there going to be
Right.
a like a like something we can hold on to that yes,
Like a
Gimbalabs is actually
concrete, like yes
yes,
or
like
no
a
from the
con
community.
yes, yes,
So the
yes.
way I am thinking of the discussion is not to force an opinion, but just to lay out the idea in a clear fashion so people can make their own decision. You know, if we are going to force a decision, it would be, I think, a little bit forceful. At least for me, I would like someone to say, hey, this is what this proposal means. And for different persona, if you are like a regular Cardano user, this is what it means. If you are like a stake pool holder, this is what this means, and stuff like that, so that I can make my own decision and say yes or no or abstain personally. So yeah.
All right, yeah. So the DREP community platform allows you to vote individually while
Correct.
you're delegated to Gimbalabs, if I'm
Correct.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you
All
don't
right.
even have to be delegated to Gimbal Labs, by the way. You just have to complete the Welcome to Gimbal Labs course, and then you are able to give your opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Go
So
ahead,
the outs.
Roberto. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Roberta.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's good. Yeah, Roberta.
My question was, what is currently in place to do like DREP governance? Is this proposal changing something that's currently happening, or putting something in place because nothing exists to like be proactive as DREPs in the governance? Or am I understanding this wrong and it's not related to DREP governance? No, I think it is, right? Is
It
there
is. It
is
is.
there something currently in place that Gimbalabs uses to participate as DREPs in the?
Yes. Yes. So we built a whole platform called DREP Community Platform, which basically allows any individual Gimbal Labs community member to give their opinion. And based on a simple majority, Gimbal Labs will be voting as a community. Currently, that is how it is set up. But the participation has been like minimal, not many people participate. So we are trying to see if we can build a culture of participating in Cardano governance through this proposal.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Other sort of clarifying questions. Um, yeah.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah, and I think this would also be it will make it easier for the voting process for whoever is actually representing the Gimbalabs DREP as a whole to actually make the decision. Yeah, and um instead of saying okay, the those that completed the sustain and maintain Gimbalabs course on Adamio, maybe just contributing, I don't know, just an idea to Gimbalabs DREP's community platform. It would be nice to have it as the delegators to Gimbalabs DREP to actually be able to vote on the platform.
We were actually initially when we were building the platform, that was our initial idea, but turns out that a lot of people can double vote, so we didn't have like a good gate to people not to double vote, so we didn't know how to like prevent people from double voting, basically.
Yeah. All right. Let's look around one more time for questions. It feels like to me that it is pretty clear. It's asking for some time and a small budget. We are looking for people to volunteer, uh, like a stipend volunteer. I think it's 20, just to be clear, it's like 25 ADA to sort of research the proposal and give the small presentation. So a relatively, a very small stipend, not a real pay type of thing, but a thank you, like a little gift, a little something, like acknowledgement.
Yeah.
All right. It's everybody sort of feels like they know the change. And that was a good question from Roberta, like what's the current state? Like what's changing here? Um, so we're sort of requiring some time from some individuals. And that's one of the things that we look for in the proposals. Are people willing? And I'm willing to do some of these first facilitations and research. Just like we did a little bit in our 2 minutes of DREP, looking at the current active proposal, and it's like, okay, what is the NCL, the net change limit, and what is it before, and how did it get there? Like some real basic reporting or journalism. Yeah.
Yep.
So, are there any journalists in here? So I think we're ready for a reaction round. So we'll get everyone's sort of and basically we're looking not this is the one caveat that this isn't a vote. It's just to say it's if you have any kind of strong reaction or objection. An objection is, hey, this isn't going to work, and here's the reason why. And a reaction is, it's like, oh yeah, well, this is something to try. There's another phrase that we say that good enough for now, safe enough to try. And that means that this will put us in a new space. And it is a like the budget isn't such a big deal, but the contribution. I mean, uh to research and present each week there's a little bit of effort there. So we're going to be requiring people to step forward. So we need some people to say, oh, that's something that I want to do. And we can also look, anyway, I'm talking now. Harsha, do you think we're ready to do a little round?
Sure.
All right. So I'll go from the bottom to the top. Sebastian, and then Shaggy.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, sounds good. Really good to
Yep.
me. No objections.
Perfect. Thank you. And Shaggy? Okay, you can also pause. I give the 8 count, like a boxing match. Shaggy, you can come back later if you want to jump in, but Roberto and then Nori.
No objections.
Okay. Okay. And Nori and then Musa. Nori might be just listening in. Musa and then
Sorry, was I
Lucas.
muted?
Oh, you're muted. Oh, sorry, bud.
Okay, sorry. I think it's a good proposal. I think it's great to get people involved more with Cardano governance. The one thing I don't see on the screen is when's the review date to see if everything's going well,
So
or is it just
it,
time
it,
boxed to the 8 sessions?
it's time boxed to the 8 sessions. So this is the timeline: 8 Gimbalabs governance spaces from the time proposal is approved.
Okay, and then it'll be reviewed after that.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no objections.
Beautiful. Thank you. Musa and then Lucas. And then Musa, we can't hear you. I'll give you the count.
Or you can always like put in a message. That's also fine.
Yeah. And we'll go on now, Lucas, and then to Lewis.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
we got you.
So, quick update, right? Or oh, sorry, it's the yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I was just
we're
saying
talking
in,
about
guys. I'm multitasking.
no worries, no worries. We're doing a consent
Preview
round,
of the
like giving
proposal.
on the
Yeah.
proposal.
So
Uh,
yeah, I don't have anything to oppose for sure.
okay. All
Cheers.
right.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. And then Lewis, and then Emmanuel.
No objections from me. As long as guys are using the data platform, I'm happy.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then Emmanuel, and then Naomi.
Yeah, no objections. But would it not be nice to just bring the overall budget to like 500 that I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, we
Yeah,
can we
okay.
can bring the budget. I mean, do you think like people would need more of a compensation to like facilitate a 15-minute presentation and do the research and stuff?
yeah, but considering the 15 minutes, with the yeah, 15 minutes is actually like is actually a very small time, but I think like with the price of ADA now, 25 ADA could only get is like
Yeah,
a cheap or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, 500 ADA would actually be nice. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, yeah. Can I respond to that real quick?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So my thinking is governance. Technically you're doing governance for yourself, you know. The compensation is more of a thank you rather than, hey, you're going to get paid to like do governance, because whatever happens to Cardano is going to affect you. We are just trying to inculcate that idea into ourselves because it's just a matter of practice. So I don't want to associate like money with the idea of governance too much. So at least that's my thinking. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the debate is also happening in the wider Cardano community. D-Reps and the CC and all those things should be paid, and yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good to bring it up. That's good to bring it up. And I think, following Harsha's lead, the like keeping it this and just as an acknowledgement, just as a thank you, more than just to say, that you participated in a way to
Yeah, so it's like
contribute.
yeah, exactly. It's like that
And
certificate, even if you come last in a running race, you still get it.
ha, okay. All right, all right. Okay, so let's get back. Thank you. That's a good one. That one might have been something that I would have brought up. Okay. Ayomi and then Ahmed. And you're still on a
Sorry.
mute.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So I think it's safe to try. I mean, no objection.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. Ahmed and then Adrian. Ahmed, we can't. Okay, you're off mute. Ahmed, you went back on mute. And we'll give you the count. Okay, we'll move on. Adrian and then Jethro.
I joined 5 minutes ago, so
Yeah.
not sure what the proposal is about, but what I read looks good.
Okay. Sure. Thanks, man. Jethro, and then Abiodun. Oh, okay. Jethro, is he still here? Okay, I think he left. He dropped out. Okay. Then Abiodun.
Oh, no objection, no objection.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this ties into yours. So, and I don't have an objection. I'm glad that Emmanuel brought up the increase in the budget, and I'm actually comfortable with the basically that's the lowest, and seeing it um as not a payment for the work. It really is volunteer with a thank you, so that it's not completely uh volunteerism. So no objections to me. I think that it really could make an impact for us for a thing and get people contributing. It'd be a great like first issue. So I could see any of us doing this, and it would be a way to give back to Gimbal Labs. So yeah, no objections for me. All right. Based on that, I feel like it can be consented to, and we can put this one into progress. Um, does anyone have any final objections or um, comments? Going once.
Oh, Newman, so I was actually going to say something, and I maybe after my presentation, because I see quite a similarity, and I noticed that there's a part that Asha is actually not touching, and probably when I present, we can compare and
Yeah.
then align our ideas. It's just to have a solution. So it's no competition, right? So it's just align. All right.
Yeah, that's well,
No, no,
based on
I
our
am totally competing. Like, if you ask for more money than 200 ADA, I win. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no, but
Oh
this
wow!
this does
No,
this
I'm
So
does
joking. I'm
come
joking.
from
I think I'm with Asha on the ring right now.
no, well, based on the discussions that we just had last week, this is like and so without further getting in, let's dive into your presentation. And did you practice it? Do you need you want the full 10 minutes? How long
Yeah.
should I set a timer for?
Newman, a
I-
quick question. So,
Oh,
what is the state of this current proposal? Is
oh,
it like
oh,
gone through, or like
yeah.
what are we thinking?
Yeah, I think with seeing no objection, no strong objections, and answering the clarifying questions, I feel like we can put this into progress.
All
Um,
right, I'm going to give
Celebrate.
myself a thing then. All right.
Yay! All right. All right. Perfect. Yeah, and then move it into in progress in the on the board, and we'll be underway. I'm looking forward, and I invite anyone else who's interested in doing a little bit of research and doing a presentation here in the open spaces about one of these proposals. I think it's a great way to contribute. And maybe we'll find some folks, some governance-y wonky folk that want to do this sort of our Cardano journalists, out there that we might be able to bring in. That would be cool. All right, all right, all right. Now let's hear from Abiodun. Abiodun is one of these governance wonky guys, and he created a very cool proposal. Do you have the ability to share your screen, Abiodun?
Yeah, I
Let's check it
can.
out.
I can share my screen, right?
Yeah, I think you can. Let's make sure you can.
Okay, hold on just a moment, please.
Yeah.
All right. Think it's here. All right, so
And
I'll do
yeah.
it now. So I'm sharing right now, just Google Chrome. So I think, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, now we got it. Perfect.
All right, so very quickly, I would not want to take our time. All right. So I think one of the places where I may have a bit of objection, not objection, so to say, with Asha's proposal is that we are going to actually go do the research. And from the research I did, I think I did a deep research, and I discovered that these proposals that we are actually talking about, this is how they look like. They are JSON files. They are walls of text, technical walls of text. So if any of us is actually going back there to fetch any proposal, this is what you see. All right. And this is what everybody in the Cardano system is complaining about. I care deeply about this vote, but I genuinely cannot tell what is asking me to approve. All right.
Yeah.
So if we go back to this is what we'll see. All right. So now, if we're actually saying, yeah, we want everyone to go over the week, go and do this, how do you solve this problem? Is the next question we want to ask. All right. So, and that's why I feel that this might be a pretty more than what humans want to, because these are jargons. Like Roberto said last week, this is what you give to a lawyer, and it's boring. To say, oh, go get it done, give it to me, you pay heavily, you just want to know, okay, what's going on. So what I'm trying to propose, right, is a DREP governance tools, right, that can go far beyond what, Gimbalabs, we know that, oh, we're actually building educational tool for the entire Cardano system to use. So I'm looking at a DREP governance intelligence tool where we can first at least be able to convert the technical walls of text, for everybody to understand. All right. So now, what is the issue? Why do we have to do this? Because if I have to spend the whole of my week trying to convert a JSON file, try to understand what the proposal is all about, that is not right. So I'm looking at the time barrier, expertise barrier. Not many of us are technically inclined. We have people like many of us who are just vibe coders. So how do you convert this JSON file? Some of us cannot even do that. All right. So we are looking at what can actually convert the wall of text to what everybody will understand. So we are looking at the engagement barrier and structure. So what we have is governance intelligence, not governance overload. All right. So let me show you how I think it's supposed to be. So if we have actually converted wall of text with probably we have fetched the metadata, we have been able to convert it, we should have this. So for this is an interset, so you could see I've done my research. This is an interset proposal, all right, showing that this is a 2026 proposal. The wall of text has been converted from JSON file to a text that I can understand, and it has been summarized by an AI tool. All right, like this is just a metadata that's fetched, an AI summary tool is used, and it gave you this. Now you can now go further to see, okay, this is the amount of the proposal. This is the timeline of the proposal. So if I bring this in 5 minutes, I can show you 10 proposals in our Gimbalabs Open space. While you are still looking for 10 proposals that you may not find in the week, this system can give us 20, can give us 30. And after the meeting, you can just go look over it. All right. So you can have it, you can see what's here. We have the vote, yes, abstain, or no. This is just what is practically done with just an AI tool. Fetch the metadata, analyze the summary. You don't need any human. All right. So what the human need to do probably is just a single person can just confirm the alignment between what this is giving. So we have a human in the loop. All right, to be sure that, oh, what you gave is actually right. And trust me, I have done my research. The only system that is actually building something similar to this that got funded from Cardano was not even able to solve the problem. That was, I think, Griffin AI. Griffin AI tried, but they could not solve the actual problem. All right, so Griffin AI was just doing something on constitutional committee, right? Not everyday DREP, like not every day, not like what I can see every time. All right, and they could not have internal coordination layer. There is no yes, no, abstain. They don't have that. All right, so we don't have any to, including 41B. I looked up what they have done. They don't have anything that solves this problem, and this is actually a very big problem. We are talking of about 18 billion worth of ADA on this. All right, so this is actually something. So how it works is what I've actually presented here. All right, I would probably appreciate if Newman can help me probably drop it on the chat for every one of us to see. This is the real file. This is the research. Like this is research based. This is not theoretical. This is you looking at what is happening today as of 2026. All right. So then we can look at what we are building. All right. So I don't really want to put a cost to this because I was thinking that we can build it together as a team. All right. We can just, okay, this is my own line of code. Emmanuel, this is what you can do. Okay, let's just build this together and say, okay, this is Gimbalabs technology for the wider Cardano system, right? We should not do things just for 15, 20 of us. It should go far. This is actually something that is needed. Many people want to vote, but they don't understand it. All right. So I think if you actually look through my document, then you would probably understand well. So thank you. I don't want to waste your time.
That's fantastic. Okay. All right. Let's see. So clarifying question rounds would start now. So do you have questions? You can raise your hand. This is sort of pop-up style, but you're encouraged to raise your hand. Let's get, I see Emmanuel's hand is up. Let's go, and then we'll go with Harsha after that. Emmanuel, go ahead.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, for example, right now, something like this, is this going to be like a governance explorer of a thing? Because you mentioned something like converting the JSON data type to something readable. I think SIGOV already has something like this. Even, you could even read other Cardano governance, what's it called? Like governance action on other platform. Yeah, so that's that on the not being human readable conversion and all of this. And also the AI, you made mention of the AI. How is AI supposed to work with this type of thing? Because AI and um giving it to everybody that we truly trust the predictive style of this AI and actually interpreting it to everyone. And yeah, that's just my concern. And basically, like the whole proposal, like who are the targeted audience, basically? Like,
What was that, Emmanuel? The intended audience?
yeah, like the targeted audience, like is it for it to be able to vote? Is it for you to be able to just check out proposal? Is it for you to be able to you know, explore proposal and what type? Yeah, so
These are great questions. These are great questions.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Emma. Okay. Do you want me to speak on this?
Yeah, let's we can go over these quickly.
Very
Yeah,
quickly,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
All
yeah.
right. So, Emmanuel, thank you for that. All right. So, to start with, probably were lost in the meeting last week, right? So, what we actually trying to do is build a governance tool that we can actually use to summarize. The C2 you're talking about do not actually give a summary. They want to, now you have to be the one to pick the text, the JSON file yourself, and then convert it. Do you get, you doing that yourself? All right, so what we are trying to look at is an automation that can pick as many, all right, convert the metadata, and then use an AI summary. So what the AI is actually doing is after the metadata has been fetched, it will now actually give you the summary. So the summary will come out like this, like the what I showed you for this. So this is what the summary will show you. All right. So the summary will show you that, oh, okay, now from here, you can actually continue you have a summary like what Asha was saying last week that, it's just too much. I need someone that can actually give me a summary. So this actually solves it. All right. So if you're actually looking at you just picking it yourself, how many can you pick? That's the time barrier. How many proposals can you actually handle? This can actually, in less than 1 minute, in less than 30 seconds, I should be able to read this intersect developer. All right. And then you can continue from there. So who are we actually building it for? First, I think we are building it for this community. And now if we are able to use it properly, like the Andamio and the likes, we can have it as external, we can have it as API. We can actually, always allow other communities have it. All right. I've actually done my research. There's none of them that is giving a summary as such. You can actually go over. If you have any objection, you can come over here. All right. But I've done a deep research. The only one that is even almost similar, and I told this for just the Constitution, is Griffin AI. None of them have actually done this. If they had done this, I'm sure that Asha will not be here last week talking about
it. Okay. That's the 10-minute timer. Thank you for being quick. Let's set. We've got about 10 more minutes. So let's try to. I'm going to set another timer for 5 minutes, and let's keep up with the questions. Thinking about Emmanuel's questions, what about the AI component part of it?
Yeah, I already said that. The AI component is actually the summarizer.
Okay.
Yeah, we know. I mean, you know that you can actually do summary with AI. AI helps you to summarize, and it matters the way it has been prompted. The engineering, prompt engineering. So when you tell it the actual thing you want to pick out of this, you don't get to waste your time, and it can be accurate. However, I also encourage a human in the loop, so we can be sure that this is it. If actually you have tested like let's say 100 proposals, and it fetches the data that you want. Definitely, that's a good ground for you to go. So, that's why I said we can encourage a human in the loop and say, okay, I read this. Does it actually do what it's supposed to do?
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And then Harsha, let's hear what you got.
I have it's more of a question. So, have you seen Gimbalabs DREP community platform, Abidion? How do you pronounce your name? We really need to get that right first.
Please, can you come again? Sorry, okay.
How do we pronounce your name?
Abiodun.
Abiodun.
Or probably you can call me Atama. I think that's
Atama.
easier. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So, Atama, I have a small question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about integrating these summaries in our DREP platform, which we have already built in the last couple of months?
Well, I feel good if you utilize it. I will feel good if this actually works.
Yep. Because I think all of this we already have. So we can directly vote from the DREP community platform. We can do all of that. We just are missing creating a summary, creating a good summary. And then
I agree with you. So now what I'm saying is what you have proposed is the manual summary. You want us to go do it? It's no problem.
No,
we'll
I'm not proposing a manual
data,
summary.
right?
I'm proposing an AI summary like you are saying.
Yeah,
And maybe
no,
a manual double check.
You said we go do it by ourselves and we get 25 ADA. And I'm
Oh,
telling you that.
no. So the 25 ADA is not for the summary. The 25 ADA that's the previous proposal you're referring to, right? That it is to create a small discussion in the group for 10 to 15 minutes with one proposal for the next 8 weeks.
All right. So are you also proposing that the summary be automated?
Yeah, it can be automated. Yeah, they can just copy it and paste it in an AI.
No, you never said that. So, but if you actually going forward, it can be automated. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Because let me go first, and if anybody else is out, actually, we've got some questions. So mine is, and this is something that's really specific about the Gimbalabs thing, and this comes from doing this for the last year or so. What is the very specific ask? So what are you asking from the community? And generally these are in a treasury withdrawal, you need this amount of funds either to buy things or to pay people, and then the commitments from community members. Oh, and including yourself. For instance, you think that it might take this amount of time, it'll be ready in a month or 6 months, or it will take this amount of time from the community. Harsha's the previous proposal was just that it's basically its big ask was it needs 10 to 15 minutes out of community meetings. So that to you,
Yeah.
Abidun, like
All
what
right.
is the specific ask? Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I've known Gimbalabs to be a collaboration space where you bring out your skill, and that's why I'm here. So I'm not even actually asking that anything be withdrawn from the treasury. I'm asking that we come together. I tell you what I can do. Newman, tell me what you can do. Okay, these are the skills needed. All right, and we build it. However, because I know that I share similar proposal um with Asha, I may suggest that probably we have a test run. There's something called a moratorium stage in project management where you actually test it and say, okay, let's see if this would work. All right, why we build this at the back. But I'm telling you that this may actually help us relieve us of several stress. All right. But we may still test whatever Asha is actually building. I would also do my part, right? I really want to take 25 ADA from Gimbalabs, right? I want to accumulate them, right? So I'm saying that we can actually do this, all right, together. I'm not even asking for money from the treasury.
Yeah. Okay. So it's more in that sort of investigation, like collaboration space.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really think
collaboration.
I think the proposal itself is beautiful, and I think that it highlights the need, that same problem. And I see like Harsha's is a take on the problem. And again, the reason why I love it is that we're sort of surfacing this. We call it in the S3 governance thing, we call it a tension. This is a tension. And you talk about that wall of text, which is up on the screen now. Like that
Yeah,
is a real tension. And Harsha sort of gets at it, and then this also gets at it. My question, and it seems like you're willing, is looking at the open source projects that are out there. The DREP platform that we created last summer, and the other tools that are out there, like Griffin, that you
yeah,
mentioned, and
yeah,
the mesh. It's like a mesh subsidiary or a side project, but they're CGov um, tool. And there's a couple of other ones, I think, but there's several up there. Are they open source? Is there anything that we can integrate from them? Um, so my question is just to confirm that you're willing to integrate these open source projects.
all
That's the
right.
question.
Yeah, sure. Like I did for now, like Asha said, I would after now I would check properly what we have in the DREP. All right, but for now, what I know is that the Griffin AI, I've actually done just about 30% of solving this problem. And like I told you, it's not for everyday DREP, so we can actually look at, and I'm not sure even if it's an open source. All right, but I can
Yeah.
actually look that up over the week and see if there's anything we can probably use their API or any open source that we can use. But I'm always certain that we can always have fetch data, metadata from any integrated pipeline that is linked to Cardano.
And then one other thing, and this is a question because one of the things that you bring out is the uniqueness of the Gimbalabs um, community and bringing that to the space. And this
Yeah.
summarizing AI, and I don't know if Harsha made it super clear, but and maybe this didn't make it into the final proposal, but the idea of creating a prompt, like a good, um, thoroughly researched and specific prompt for Gimbal Labs, that people
Yeah.
can use to do these summaries.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a way that we can have a consistency, and then
Definitely.
automating it. So I see your tool, and would you show like your first phase, like down in the phases of the project?
All
Um,
right.
because
Okay.
that first phase was
Um,
really, really good, and it was like, oh yeah, this is okay right there. Yeah, we'll go back up, back up, back up. One more, this one, yeah. So Nope, back down. Went overshot. Down. Right
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah,
So a
right.
live proposal feed. So getting all
Yeah,
the governance actions.
yeah.
The AI executive summary.
Because it's
So like
summary.
that's something that Harsha mentioned. It's like that's something that we don't have yet in the DREP community portal, the DREP at .Gimbalabs.
Mm.
And then the governance dashboard we have, but it's not as polished as the CGov, the one for Mesh. So could be that we use this proposal to bring that over. And what's the next one? Filter by action type. We may or may
Yeah.
not have that in the. So I really like this MVP stage, and we can. I feel like that could be a good. So are you willing to just propose for this MVP play? I guess that's my question. Are you willing to say, hey,
Yes,
let's
yeah.
let's
I'm
commit to this
willing,
first
right?
bit? Yeah.
I'm willing. Anything that actually brings Gimbal Labs to the larger space, I'm willing to go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just any other questions? And then I don't think I think we'll do some polishing on this, and we'll do a consent round based on these questions. And we'll get it into our format. So I think that's the next step there. But are there any other clarifying questions from the group? And the goal of it is to get more Gimbal apps. I mean, well, one thing that we need to look at is make sure that we're out of the inactive status as a Gimbal apps thing. I'm going to say that for our AIs, note takers. How do we get out of the inactive status? I
Hey
do
guys.
appreciate that we're focusing in on this. Go ahead. Oh, Lucas, yeah.
Hey guys. So actually I had DM'd the Gimbalabs X account to mention that because I was looking for your DREP and it just looks inactive on
Yeah.
some or most tools. Ironically,
Sorry.
some other tools don't even show it as inactive, which probably is inaccurate, right? So my question to what's on screen is a bit like I was saying on the chat. I've started organizing governance themed calls. Last call we actually did an end-to-end review of our board where we have like some 15 tools, and it crossed my mind to start doing sort of a matrix of what tools are catering to what things or what are the strong suits of each tool. And looking at this, obviously you don't take it personally if I say you're inventing a tool that does everything that all the other tools do already, right? So my question is a bit like, how are you contrasting your tool with the others, or is there a plan to articulate open source like in an open source way with other tools? What's the
Yeah.
main idea there?
And I'll answer that one because we do have a bit of time. I'll be doing. Athama has said that he's willing to integrate some of these tools, and starting with the one here at Gimbal Labs because it's we've created it, and sort of evolve in that way. I'm really curious to check out that matrix. Does that sort of summarize it, Athama?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And Lucas, I definitely see you and 45B and because like that focus of yours about bringing folks into the ecosystem. I think there's governance people and people that are interested in the collaboration, coordination, governance layer, like myself, who would from completely different background would be interested in this thing that we've got going on in Cardano. So I definitely see you as a key link in the chain there. So thanks for jumping in, and please share that matrix of DREP tools. And if you wanted,
for now,
and if
it's
you wanted to, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, just to say, like that, in my mind, would be a cool one-off proposal. Like if you needed some funding and some time and commitment, like that would be a cool proposal. we're sort of in the zone of we want more proposals right now. So like,
Okay.
hey, it's some media project, and I know that we have some media production people here that may be interested in working on it.
So one thing, like currently, my Gov calls are, I'm going to run them for free forever, or maybe I get funded by, the official sources or something like that. So I'm not looking for funding to run those calls. But from the calls, we've put together this Miro board, and the Gimbalabs grant could maybe bring it into your realm to create sort of like a matrix that's not just a Google Sheet, but that is
Yeah.
AI
Yeah.
generated matrix of compatibility of things. And that way, if you create that tool, maybe it could become a reference
Yeah.
to a lot of people.
Exactly.
I'm saying this with a caveat that I am also working on extending the showcase from Cardano.org in terms of overall developer tools. And there's a lot of ecosystem mapping being thrown around,
Yep.
whether it's grassroots
Ah,
or all that. So
yes.
I'm not sure how all of this could articulate like the compatibility matrix of Gov tools with the compatibility matrix that I'm already doing for Cardano.org.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's
It's an
keep in touch.
established. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I see the time. Wow, we've gotten to the end of our time together. Hey, if you're listening on YouTube, come and join us on the Discord. Why not like and comment, share widely. We're on mostly X, but you can also contribute in any way. These meetings are really fun. You can come and participate in any way. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks everybody for participating. You're wonderful.